Hello, so this question is number of divisible substring. So the question is actually pretty straightforward. You are given a keypad, and then the digit is going to map with its character. 1 is going to represent A, B, 2 represent C, D, E, 3 represent F, G, H, and so on, right? So this is a key. So this is important. So if a string is divisible if the sum of the map value of its character is divisible by its length. So we have to return a number of divisible substring of S. So let's look about example 1. It's actually straightforward. Let's look about the sum. And how about the length? If the substring is divisible, we need to make sure the sum multiplied by the length, it has to be equal to 0, right? And everything that is marked as ES is actually what? Is actually equal to 0, right? And then we just need to count how many. So this will be it. So technically what we need to do is we need to make sure, 1 represent AB, 2 represent CDE, 3 represent FGH. So what I can do is this. I'm going to just copy and paste just in case I miss it. Alright. So let me slide a little bit. Cool. So let's talk about the the default value. Default value is 0, right? A, B represent 1, C, D represent 2, F, G is 3, and so on. So this will be it, right? So I still need a map value that I only need to take 26 space for all the characters, right? A, B, C, D to Z, right? So what I need is I need to start it from 1, index 1 for the digit. And then I need to just, pass in the value, right? But I still have to make sure, what's my string, right? I only care about my string. So for char, C, works up to char, right? Alright, so again, this might not be right because we need to make sure the default map, right? We actually care about the words, right? But we need to make sure our default map is correct. Every single letter map with the value, right? So it's going to be digit I. And I'm going to say map.c minus a equal to I. So again, like this will traverse, the current AB, right? Current AB string, and then change to char. So the char is going to be A, B only, right? And it will mark as 1. And C, D, E mark as what? 2, right? So this will be alright. So the result is going to be returned how many values? Sorry, how many number of divisible substring of S, right? So I need initialize to 0, right? So I need to traverse the word.length. Alright, so this will be the first for loop. And then the second for loop is going to depend on this, like the thing about A has to be reused AS, ASD, ASDF. So you will have a ending, the ending position for the substring, right? So it's going to be J equal to I, J less than words.length, and then J plus X. So this will actually tell you for every single for loop, the inner for loop, right? We consider a total equal to, we have to reset. Whenever we start a new inner for loop, we need to reset the value, right? And then total will just plus equal based on the map or dot chart at J, and then we need to make sure it's minus A. And then we want to make sure the total is plus equal. And then we need to make sure total that multiply the length. The length is going to be what? J minus I, right? But our base index is 0, right? J and I base index is 0, so we need a plus 1. So if this is equal to 0, we need to make sure we increment the result by 1 because it's divisible, right? So this will be it. Alright, let me run it. Alright, submit. Cool. Yeah, so not too many stuff I can explain. Let's talk about time and space. This is time, all of digit, be honest, and every single digit traverse every single letter. So it's going to be 26 at the end, right? Be honest, right? And this is all of W. And this will be all of W. So it's going to be what? The length of word square, right? So you can say unsquare, it doesn't matter. Alright, let's talk about space. Space is constant, and I would say this is constant. So this will be the solution. So probably I can go over it again. It's actually pretty straightforward. So if you understand the first part is initialized in my map. Like I have 26 space, right? And this is A2 all the way to Z. I want to make sure this map with the integer. So A and B marked as 1, C marked as 2, D, E marked as 2, and so on, right? So this will be the first part. And the second part is consider how many for loop you have. So look at this. So I can have A, and I can have AS, I can have ASD, I can have ASDF, I can have S, I can have SD, I can have SDF, I can have D, I can have DF, I can have F, right? So these are all the combinations, doesn't matter, but this is how you use the for loop to actually retraversal the index, and I need to know the length is going to be J minus I plus 1 because the base index is 0 and length cannot be equal to 0, right? So this will be it. Alright, so if you have a question, leave a comment, and I'll see you next time. Bye.